Hi there, this is a product page conversion review for petplanet.co.uk. These guys are one of the leading online stores in the UK for pet products. Okay, so I'm going to be reviewing this page on both desktop and mobile. Obviously it's important to do both. So let's get started. The all-important first impressions. This is really important because visitors can judge a whole website based on what they see on that landing page. And if they don't like what they see, or they can't find something, or they find it difficult, they're going to go back to Google and find potentially another website that needs better, obviously, which we don't want. So those initial first impressions, it's a little outdated. I would say it could do with some visual improvements. Just simple things like some of the fonts are kind of lacking, not that modern, but it's not too bad. But let's dig into some of the real conversion factors that will apply on this page that will make someone potentially add it to their basket or not, and then hopefully convert into a sale. So some of the things that I noticed that are not particularly great about this are things just seem to be in strange places. Like the title here seems strange that it's right above the image. Usually this would be over here. There wouldn't be all this white space above the product image. And then the reviews stars and the word reviews, the text for this very small, not that noticeable, and actually competes with this earn 192 reward points, which because you can't click on it, it's not immediately obvious what that is. So there's no easy way to find out what that means in this area here. There is some information up here, which is usually found in like a bar just below the navigation, like a benefits bar. Particularly its free delivery. That's usually found there, but it doesn't actually explain anything regarding this rewards points. Okay, so that's kind of competing with that. It's good. It tells you the discount and how much you save and how much it used to be. But then it immediately goes into select color here, and these are quite big boxes, and these are actually better suited for desktop, better suited for mobile or tablet, where you push these buttons. It's not clear that these are selectable. It looks like they use the same type of form as this when you change the quantity. So those are a bit strange there. But some of the other things that are not so good on this page. This product page this is really wordy here. There's just too much going on here to explain the key things that needs to. So first of all, it tells you about when you can get it, which is not the most important thing to show. The most important thing to often show with product pages is whether there is free delivery or free returns. Now it shows that there is free delivery down here, but this blue font is the same as this EU countries, so it kind of competes with this a bit too much. So this needs to stand out much better, this free delivery here. I would make a kind of delivery van icon that says free delivery and make it stand out much more, because this is it's such a big factor in terms of conversion on product pages that this really needs to stand out much better. And ideally, you should consider not making it be over £39 in this case. The lower the threshold, the more chance that they will order this, and you could hopefully absorb some of the cost of the package, post and packaging, and the delivery into the price of the product. So that's always important to consider. I don't go into too much detail. If it's $7.99 to EU countries, if you can detect where they are from, then you could show that dynamically, but you don't need to show this information, because I would imagine a very high percentage of people looking at this site are in the UK and don't need to see that. Then, but then you've got down here UK standard delivery 2 to 3 working days. It's a nice to know, but the key thing here is showing free delivery. And then having this here, exceptions and regional surcharges may apply. It doesn't really install much, faith or like, oh, okay, well, when am I going to see these charges? I'm going to have to click this shipping charges page and hope that it goes to a page that I can easily find that, and it probably won't even, it'll probably just click over this page, so they'll be lost out of their path. Obviously they can click back, but it's not ideal. So this should really be about focusing on the free delivery and emphasizing that, and also it really needs to mention about the returns, because obviously that's going to lower the risk of purchase if someone can return this for free. So if you can do that, I would strongly recommend you do that. Maybe you already do that, but just don't promote it very well, and that's quite common sometimes on e-commerce websites. Although they offer free returns, sometimes they just don't make it very clear, and they kind of bury it away in the terms and conditions or the shipping details pages. So those two are really, really important. And then if there's any kind of guarantee with this, that's another thing I would visually show, whether there's a 2 weeks that you get. If you don't like it, you can return it. That would be really important for purchasing online, obviously. So some other things that could be improved on this page. These are unnecessary really here. These are a bit too competing. It's not even clear what they are. And people won't often navigate these ways. A much more common way of navigating is through the breadcrumb trail up here. So these aren't really needed here. Now let's talk about the kind of all-important the imagery that is being used on this product page. While it's a nice big image here, and they're using captions over here to show how much is being saved, and then it's bestseller, which is good. Although the images are big, when they zoom in, it covers over the right, which is not particularly that useful. It's always, I find it's always better to just zoom directly on top. But if you look, it doesn't really zoom in very high quality, so it's just making the image a bit bigger. It doesn't make it any clearer or anything, so the zoom doesn't really help that much, particularly because the image is so big here already. But it is good that there's multiple images of this product, as you can see down here, of it being used. Although here is a bit blurry, I would always try and increase the quality of these as much as possible. That really helps increase the quality of the perceived quality of your website and obviously of this product. But it's good that there's multiple different ones with a dog in it, like in action, and just what it looks like. And then this, I'm not sure what that is, so that's a bit confusing because there's no context to it. But it's good that there's a few other pictures here. And then I always recommend video, which you have. This pops up a video of this being reviewed by one of the owners.
Hey, this is Phil with petplanet.co.uk, and today we've got a short video, 1 minute 40. He's one of our most popular carriers.
To it right now, but he's doing a good job of demonstrating. I would always recommend doing product videos for particularly most popular products that e-commerce websites have. Now, some other issues that I want to point out. When you scroll down further here, this text is very dense here. It's very hard to read, and it's full width, so it doesn't really help. Although the good part is that there are some bullet points here to highlight the key points of it and the benefits of it, which is good. But really, a much better way of showing these bullet points, this stuff is really, really important and should be shown in an area right up here. And this wouldn't have to take up so much room, and it would go in this area here to show these key points a bit much quicker. So that's really important. It's obviously good you've got dimensions on there as well. One of the things that is strange though is that if you scroll down to this page, many people might miss their reviews, and reviews are so important for building social proof, because if people don't like this and they miss this, the fact that it's 4.9 and it's got 152 reviews, which is very good by the way, but if they miss seeing that because it's kind of not that prominent up here, and then they scroll down, they may miss that, and people don't presume that they are going to see it. So because this is so grayed out, this reviews tab here, people will often miss that. So this should really not be grayed out so much. I personally would recommend actually having it down right underneath here, so that they're always shown and not have to click this reviews to make this appear. The review system is fairly good. It's got for quality and value subcategories. You could even add additional subcategories like the type of pet owner, what type of dog they have, so that people looking at the reviews could really get an understanding whether this is for them. But it's a fairly good system, so that helps to build social proof, and they're all very high ratings. That's good. Anytime you can get encourage them to put images of the people, it just makes it even more believable, because people often think that these can be faked. So that would be important. Promotions, it's not clear what this is. In this case, is this on sale? But it's not clear what even that means. That's something it's explaining. Q&A, there's no questions, so you really need to get more people asking questions about this. So people might think that that's a bit strange why there's no questions, and who maybe the owners could seed some questions. Bestsellers, it's okay to have here, but a much more important thing to add in here would be other useful products related to this, and that will increase the average cart, the average order value, which obviously what you want to increase the amount of revenue that you're making. So that's really important to do. Recently viewed is fine. This down here, it's not really that useful. Then it takes up a lot of room. So that's some of the key things to add on here. The add to basket buttons, nice and big. I've never been a big fan of adding number on here, and because particularly this, you're very unlikely to order more than one. But that varies depending on what type of product you're selling. And then I would also recommend having a sticky navigation. Again, very common these days on e-commerce websites, so that you can instantly navigate no matter what portion of the site you're on. So I'm just going to have a quick look what this looks like on mobile. That's really important, because these guys may be getting a very high percentage of mobile traffic, but let's have a quick look. So this is what it looks like on an iPhone 6 or 7 and 8. And as you can see, this is actually how you scroll, by dragging and dropping this little dot, which looks like a finger print. So anyway, let's talk about this, how this is doing now. Not, I would say, average. Some things done well, some things not so well. This takes up too much room here. This breadcrumbs here, this isn't really necessary because they're not going to often use that. But the introduction is fine. The price actually stands out much better on mobile than it does on desktop, and even the reviews stand out much better because it's more in line with the flow. But again, you can't click on this rewards points, so you don't know what even that is. The images, it looks like there is only 3 images now, which seems strange. That's I don't know why that's the case. And then it's giving you options to add these to the basket, each of these. Now, one thing that you'll may have noticed is missing is it doesn't tell you anything regarding the shipping, the free shipping, or how long it takes or anything. Now, this is a real kind of mistake here, because if they're on mobile, they're really going to be looking for this. And because it's not there, this could be a major conversion killer here. So they could just leave because they want that information and they're not going to find it. So it's really important to make that responsive so that it appears on here too. And again, emphasize that free shipping at that certain level. And then also, if you can, mention your returns policy and ideally make it free returns. Other things on here, again, this is very wordy. This is good. Again, short bullet points, and you've got the video there. The reviews actually show here now, which is actually better than the desktop version, so that's good. That's much more useful. And again, you don't read this location thing on here. So that's the product page conversion review for Pet Planet. Hopefully you found that useful. Thanks, bye.